Hello, little buddy. How are you doing today? I have some bones for you. Come here. Come here. Oh my gosh, that was immediate. Well, I think it is time. Come on home with me. Hey guys, it is Duke, and welcome back to another episode of our single-player survival Let's Play. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. I know I am, and I'm glad to be back for another video. So in the last episode, we got some bees, and they're pretty alright. Really didn't have any use for them, but now we do. Also, I've done a little bit of other stuff off camera, so when I quickly click F5, you will see things, but we will talk about those in a second. Anyways, here are our three bees, our good old worker bees, just going ahead and getting in these hives, just doing an absolutely fantastic job creating honey for us, which, if you open up our inventory, we'll see we have 3 honeycomb. So, oh, what the heck? We have 4 bees now? I don't know how that happened. We have 4 bees, though. Anyways, oh, here we go. We can actually demonstrate this on camera. That is pretty nice. I did not think we were going to be able to. But when you get a bee nest to fill up with honey, it'll make this little, yellow coloration change, which obviously the empty ones do not have, and that just signifies that it has honey inside of it. And if we right click, we gotta do this fast, but if we right click, we get, oh, alright, no angry bees. That's kind of weird, because every time I've done this so far, I have an angry bee come storm out at me, and we have to fight them off. But anyways, if we take these 6 honeycombs, we only need 3 for 1. But we can come on down here into our current place of residence. And down here in the basement, let's grab ourselves a couple pieces of wood. We'll just do all 3 for now. Slab that on in here. We get 12 pieces. And if we put these around the top and the bottom, honeycomb in the middle, we get ourselves beehives. Now, beehives, I believe, is just the man-made equivalent of a bee nest. The bee nest being what we have upstairs. And I believe this is necessary, because I think if we destroy one of these bee nests with our fists, we lose them. The only reason I have them is due to the fact that we have a Silk Touch axe, so that kind of worked in our favor that we were, this far into the game already. But I think for like new players, that is where you'll need the beehives. I could be wrong. I might just be kind of just like rambling on about absolutely nothingness. But we've made a couple of these beehives. Yes, those are the beehives, not the bee nests. The bee nests are the natural generated ones. And I've just been coming in through here, placing some flowers down, and hi. Oh, you guys are pollinating these. That's interesting. I did not think, why are they like following me? Wait, no way. Is this? What? You can breed bees with flowers? Oh! He's so tiny. That's amazing. Okay, so now we know how to get bees. I guess nobody in the comments let me know how to do that last episode, but to be fair, these guys did just come out in a snapshot, so I can't say I'm too surprised. I had no idea that's how that worked, but now I know we can just mass produce bees. That is really good. I didn't know you could breed them, so that is fantastic. But we just had to go a quick rest, guys, before we dive into what else we've done off camera. So, if you guys haven't noticed, we built a path straight on down through here, mostly out of stone with some other things involved in it, including gravel, cobblestone, andesite, just some stairs, whether it's stone stairs, cobblestone stairs, stone slabs, cobblestone slabs, just easy stuff. We have a lot of it, and at some point I want to connect it to this village because I want this village to be of some importance to us, which currently it is not, really doesn't have any value. And we have 2 villagers, which I'd love to breed. We will definitely do that soon, but that's not quite what we're doing today. So I also went ahead, and you'll see a little bit of other buildings. They're not really buildings, but they're builds, I should say, that I did off camera, and I think they turned out alright. So if you look over here to our left, we have this nice little patch of berry bushes, and it kind of works. I like the idea of mixing in the spruce and oak fence and then sitting a lantern on top of it. I think it looks okay. I don't think I meshed the spruce and oak fence to my best ability, but I think for the time being, until I can figure out how to do that a little bit better, that's what we're going to have to roll with. I also have a little bit of a storage compartment here in a barrel, so if we right click that, we can grab these berries and we'll slide these on over in here in the barrel right like that. So, just added a little bit of detail and decoration. I almost said decoration. I don't know where I was going with that. I tried to combine decoration and detail into one, and this is what I got. So if you look at this, not too much difficulty here. Obviously, it was just me trying to mess around with a little like petite, small, tiny, I don't know. We're just trying to make this world seem fit because this house is no big. It's very small and it's kind of quaint, and I'm trying to have the area around this to be kind of the same. Our big builds, for the most part, will be elsewhere around this, but not right here. And we also have a custom tree here, guys. It was just a big oak tree that I planted, and I expanded just a little bit just to make it a little bit larger. Added in some of these bark blocks. I almost said Burke blocks, but that's not how you say it. And yeah, we just take 4 pieces of wood. You can make an all-sided log, and I think it looks pretty good. We added in some coarse dirt and podzol into there with a path block around it, and I think it looks okay. I really like the idea of the hanging lantern there, and the fence kind of work. They don't really do it justice, but hey, it's just a little bit of detail involved, and I think that turned out all right. I really want to spruce up this area, guys. I want everything around this little house to be absolutely beautiful, and these bees nests are not, these are just temporary. I mean, they'll get better eventually. Actually, can I hear, if we right-click this, yep, there he is, Angry Bee. So this has happened pretty much every time except for the one you guys saw earlier, and he's an angry fella. We gotta run away from him. But for now, that is not the end of the world. If we come on over here, we will see that we've flattened out our area just a little bit, and we've expanded the room where we can put our wheat field here. There was like this weird kind of arch that was sticking out. I did not like it, so I came through, smoothed this all out, got a lot of dirt in the process. I've used a little bit to terraform and cover up some of the lakes, which I think would be kind of cool. I think it'd be kind of necessary because I really like this right here. We're getting rid of. Come on. Do you think I want this just chilling right here? No, not at all. So we're going to come on through here. And I think just at the beginning of today's episode, before we do anything too crazy, most of what I'm going to do is come in and landscape our area a little bit better because we have the dirt, we have the supplies, and we actually have so many diamonds now because we got really lucky in the last episode with our fortune pickaxe. So I think what we're going to do is just kind of go around any patch that needs kind of cleaned up, whether it needs increased or decreased in height and elevation, and we'll do that. That way this area looks a little bit better. I also want to come through, and anything at this level to a point, we'll have a cutoff at some point, but for most of this I want, you know, the wheat to come all the way to the edge. Obviously it could here, there's nothing stopping it. So I think we'll do that and have a nice big old wheat field. So I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Alright guys, so we are back. We've done a little bit, not a whole lot, but enough to where I can show you something. It also is a later date, and hopefully I sound a little bit more relaxed. Anyways guys, we have gone ahead and looped this road around right here, just extended a little bit, and we're leading off to try to at some point line up with this road here, because I think even though this village is just kind of a mess and things are all over the place and doesn't look good, we want to leave this alone. We might upgrade the road itself, but I think the location of it is good, and we can actually use that eventually. And then I also want to run a road off in this direction, which will lead back to our stable back in the back. But guys, it is the first day of class for me today, and I believe if you noticed in the first clip in today's video, I seemed a little bit overwhelmed, maybe? Potentially. There is potential that you guys would say such a thing. I honestly look back at that video, or that part of the video, and I think I was just going a little bit nuts inside. So don't be completely surprised if you're getting to this point in the video and going, is this dude on something? Is he okay? I don't know what was going on. I think it was because I recorded that part 2 days ago, I think it was now. So with today being the first day of classes, I think my body was just trying to just melt down. It didn't really know what to do. But guys, this is my second year of college, so a little bit harder than the first. And for those who don't know, I am an architecture student. Reflects in my builds? Probably not. But here we are anyways. And I'm just trying to be a little bit more chill for you guys because I can understand if people were a little bit annoyed in the first clip. However, I like it well enough not to remove it and try that again, so I think we're just going to live with that. But guys, right now I'm just putting the base of our stable together. This will not be the episode in which we construct said stable. I want to do that all in one episode, but I have a lot to kind of gather up for it. Because believe it or not, it is a much larger build than it looks. The kind of floor plan here is fairly simple. I believe there's 5 horse stalls on either side, along with the entryway in the middle. But we also have a second story in the middle, so it stands up a little higher. And because of that, it's a little bit bigger, but we'll get to it eventually. It's a really cool build. Personally, I really like it. But again, guys, we're going to need to come on through here. And I think actually in my test... No, in my test world, I use like coarse dirt. So actually, we could probably do a little bit of that now. I think I used gravel or such in it as well. So don't... I'm trying to think of what I actually did completely. Because I know I spiced it up a little bit, but it was in a test world, so you guys never saw that. So I think what I'll do at some point is go back and look all that over. I did not want to drop all that wood. Look all that over, see what it actually is there, for I can create the best possible looking product here. Because guys, I think this barn could look really cool if we kind of work it into the area. I think one of the biggest struggles I have early in a world is trying to just kind of bring everything together. So that was kind of a main... I don't really need that egg. We could probably just throw it at the ground. See, no chicken. Sad, sad, sad. I'd love to get a chicken farm going, but I think for the time being, that might be a little too far out. Also, we did use some of the dirt. Oh no, they saw us. We used some of the dirt to flatten this out, get rid of the caves that we're showing, and if you've been paying attention to the series, you'll know how ugly those were. So hopefully somebody's noticing that, hey, this is a little bit more cleaned up than it was, and because of that, I think it looks a lot better overall. I'm pretty happy about it. But guys, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of bring all that wheat to the side there, and I think I'm going to bring the road on up to the stable, try to wrap it around, try to lay everything out. Oh my gosh, there's skeletons firing, and I could have had the shield in this inventory slot. But guys, another thing I want to do before I go on a little bit of a break here is I want to have a flower farm. I know there's lots of flowers. They're in high abundance for us. It won't be too difficult to do. But guys, if there's any chance we have at oh, look at all of them, they're so cute. We're gonna get so much honey from this at some point. Oh, is that one filled up? No, it's not. I don't know why I thought it was. But we need a flower farm because I want an abundance of bees, and I know there's just flowers everywhere, but if we could just grow them, hey, it would be kind of a cool little project, nothing too crazy. But another thing in today's episode I want to do is just kind of set up a to-do list. So I think overall today's episode, because of me having to start classes right now and everything's a little bit hectic, I'm not going to be able to do as much in an episode as I'd like to, but hopefully we can set things up, get them all ready for a future episode, where we build the stables, one where we build a flower farm, one where we do a couple other things. But I think with this added, the road, I think we're already looking better overall. And for episode 6, not too shabby. I've been, oh my, I've been doing, actually, I've been doing a little bit of work off camera, not a whole lot, as you guys have seen, but, if you guys can't tell my voice, I'm exhausted. I had to get up a lot earlier than I did any of my classes last year, so I might, it might be obvious how much this is taking a toll on me. I apologize for that. But guys, we're going to get adjusted to it, and we're going to produce quality content for you. Alright guys, so we have expanded our wheat field where we said we would, and if we take a trip on over to the current stable, or at least what we have started of it, you'll see kind of the idea, but kind of completely not, because here's the thing, right? Basically the entire build at this given moment is stone brick. However, stone brick is literally just the foundation block, so the rest of this is mostly oak, as well as stripped oak logs and a few other bits and bobs, bits and more bits. I don't know. What are you supposed to say? What's the expression there? Gosh, horse, no, get off the cliff. What are you doing? He's like entirely off. That is the. Oh, buddy, come on. We can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Alright, so I guess the last thing I want to get done in today's episode is expansion of the road. So I think if we line that up right through here, I'll do a quick little run through on how I do this. I know I'm not the first person to come up with this, so don't expect anything too crazy. But basically what I do is just run through, find myself kind of a decent idea on where I want the road itself to go, and occasionally I'll come through. Maybe I just didn't like what I did. Like in that instance, I didn't. So we'll do that, and then we'll bring it over. Oh, that must be where the zombie is. Let's just block that up. And I think I want it coming right down through here. So I dig down one, and I kind of follow a path where the middle block I want everything to go. And now you're seeing laziness, guys. Now this is why always try to build, in a way that you don't have to go through and cause yourself more work afterwards, because that could have just saved a couple minutes there. And by minutes I mean absolutely seconds. But yeah, you get the point. It's just kind of one of those things where I have to use blocks that I didn't necessarily need to because I wasn't thorough enough to begin with. Not too big of a deal, just something that I should probably work on. But anyways, we're gonna just kind of roll through here, making a straight line like so, weaving around where I want this to end up, and then we're gonna get to a point here where we have to make a choice. So you guys can kind of see it's just a very straight line for the most part. Yes, I know it's diagonal, it's not technically straight, but there's no curve to this. It's all roughly the same, and that's okay, because that's what we're going for. But we're going to want it to curve up here, because, guys, what I want is somehow connect this up with that area and that road. So we're going to have to somehow create some sort of little loop here. Just a turn that just turns well enough to actually work. And then we have to figure out where we want the other one to link up with. And I think... Oh, see guys, this is what I was talking about. I could have just done this originally, but now we have to work through that now. We're going to come through here, and I think that's good enough for now because I don't know exactly what I want to do with that area yet. But roughly something like this, maybe fix out any kinks that we have. Maybe I didn't like how close together those were right there, so we'll spread them out just a hair. Not a bad idea. And then we have to figure out where we want this to come into. So I think what we want to do is step it over once more, come up, step it over again. Now we'll go a couple more. And now that I'm looking at it, I wonder if it would have been smarter to kind of landscape this a little bit differently. We could say that's that part, okay. Because how I want it to come in is I want to come in on the flat area because we can kind of pull this out. Like rather than, so most of the road is going to be 3 wide. But we can always go ahead and pull out the corners when it actually curves. And you'll see, I already did this originally when I started building this little road up here. So we have it come up here, and then it just kind of meshes in with this, and we see a 4 wide road here. This could hypothetically be turned into another block as well, but I think it's one of those things where we're using either of these potentially as the center, and therefore we allow it to be 4 wide because it has to transition over, but also just kind of, I want it to loop. I want you to feel like it just kind of flows. And I think our best bet, this could work. Yeah, what if we turned that? Yes, that's a much better. So now you can see the dirt, and that's okay. Normally I wouldn't do that in a road, but because of the spot we're in here right now, I think that kind of works, because we don't want this to be a full block. I don't think that would work, but I think having that is okay, and it's not the end of the world. As far as that goes, guys, I think what I'm going to do is actually, go through here and completely pull this one through. We hear lots of mobs, but I think I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back. Alrighty, everybody, so we have gone ahead and kind of brought all... Look at this dude. He's just sitting here on the edge staring at me. You're in a dangerous spot. You need to not be there. But yeah, as you can see, I've gone ahead and brought our pathway all the way through, and I think it looks pretty good. I love the idea of paths, whether or not they're completely necessary in a world. To me, I think so, because I think it ties everything together, and it gets the idea of where we're headed, and it kind of lays out an area where we can actually build. So another thing in the next episode I would like to do, I say next episode, but maybe it might be a couple episodes from now. Also, oh gosh, there's a creeper. I could have sworn something was like over there on my screen, but I could be full of it. I want to put a stone wall around all of the wheat. I think it would look kind of cool, and personally, I think if we did such a thing, it would kind of set boundaries for it, which I don't think it has now, and it looks weird without. But guys, I spent 10 hours in the classroom. Well, it was in the studio because, well, we just design stuff all the time. But yeah, on day 1 of classes. So I'm a little worn out, and I don't think we're going to get much out of today's episode from here on out, but I think what we've accomplished overall is alright, and I think it's setting us up nicely. This is going to be kind of a transition episode, from us finding bees to us getting back to building, and I think we have a couple cute little things done here, and hopefully we can get the stable up very soon, as well as the stone wall around that. Not the stone wall block itself that we used over there in that cow pen, but kind of a more worn down looking, a lot larger. I think it would look kind of cool. I'd love to incorporate that as soon as possible. Guys, we are just about out of time for today's episode. I thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm sorry for the shorter episode. I'm sorry for an episode that some of you might not feel as if I've accomplished a whole lot, or that I have energy to record, but I really don't. I'm really on my way to get more work done, which is kind of sad considering the fact I really just want to pass out, go to bed. But can't do that, guys. I got to put school first. I wish YouTube could have, that same level of importance. But honestly, my schoolwork's my future, so I got to do what I got to do. But I thank you guys so very much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and like us next if you're new to the channel, and are already not have subscribed to me. Maybe stick around, maybe enjoy your stay, and hey, bees, man, that bees episode really took off. Thank you to everyone who's new to the channel, and thank you to everyone who watched it. But I hope you guys have an absolutely tremendous day. I need some rest, but I also need to go get more schoolwork done. But thank you guys so very much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.